Hey guys, Miss Hooper here, another practice video for the MWROC Orchestra Camp 2017. This time I am doing a little practice session on a tune, which is a mashup of the Imperial March from Star Wars and the March of the Montagues from Prokofiev, aptly named Imperial March of the Montagues. I've done this, or the camp has done this song before, so this is very familiar. I think this is our third time to do it or such. And most of it is pretty familiar. I'm not too worried about it. It's just a matter of refreshing it, getting it back under my fingers. There are a couple sections that I have some trouble with. For this video, I'm only going to focus on one of those sections. But again, I want you to see how the process I'm taking to work on this. So the section I'm going to work on is near the end, near the finale. There's some runs going on. You can, in the band, you can hear that everything's starting to wrap up before the grand boom. And it's just, I know the notes, it's just a matter of getting up to speed. I've already been working on this for a while. I started really slow at 60 beats a minute. And right now I can play it comfortably, successfully at 80 beats a minute. Last time I tried to go faster and I tanked. My body, my fingers, my hands said enough. So what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to start the metronome at 70. Keep myself in that, start in that comfort zone where I know I can get it no problem, and then gradually see how far past that comfort zone I can get. So let's get started. I'm going to put, hang on here, I'm going to take my phone and I'm going to put it in airplane mode so I am not interrupted. That would be embarrassing. Alright, there we go. Hang on, what's going on here? Alright, so 70. There we go. Right, so there it is. And again, I'm going to sing it in my head first so I know and get a feel for the notes. Alright, wish me luck. Oh, I already messed up. I played a wrong note, so I'm going to do it again. I do not want to build a bad habit. Let's try again. I was not set. There we go. Alright. I'm speeding up on that one. I'm starting to go way too fast. I'm not feeling beat. I'm not hearing beat, so I'm actually going to put this closer to me so I can hear it better. And if I need to, I will slow it down again. That's just part of the practice process. Okay, that was alright. I'm tightening in my hand at the end. So I'm going to try it again and try to make a mental note to loosen up. If I still tighten up, then I need to slow it down and do some other strategies. Alright, it's still okay. I still feel like I'm being very sloppy, so I am going to slow it down. And I think, along with slowing it down, I'm going to do a practice strategy that I call practicing it wrong to get it right. In other words, I'm still going to play the same basic idea, but I'm going to create some variations. I might go backwards in the bow. I might try to do the whole thing in one bow, both down bow and up bow. I might start up bow instead of down bow. I may, I'm not going to change the rhythm. I'm not going to change the notes. So I'm going to do different bowings to see if that helps me out. So I'm going to keep it at, no, I'll go ahead and put it down. I'm going to put it back at 60. So yeah, it seems like I'm taking a step back, but that's part of the learning process. Sometimes you just got to do it. So what I'm going to do first is I am going to see if I can do, I'm going to hate myself for this. I'm going to break everything up. So in the original, it's triplet, triplet, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. The notes are in groups of 3, and then later on groups of 6. I'm going to do everything in group of 3 right now and see if that helps. Let's try it again. All right. I'm still struggling with that section. One thing I am noticing is that there's a note that I've been wanting to play a D flat instead of a D. So I'm going to mark a natural sign, and I'm going to write a 0 for that. Remind myself that it's open string, and hopefully that will give me advantage. I'm thinking I need to isolate that one measure that I'm having the most trouble with, because the first measure I'm fine. The second measure is beating me up and taking me my lunch money. So. Okay, that was okay. You know what? I'm going to slow it down even further, because that one measure. All right. Ah. Da 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 da. Okay, that's a little bit too slow because I'm starting to get ahead of it now. So let's bring it to 50. All right. I'm noticing I'm collapsing my knuckles a little bit near the end, just trying to reach it. So somehow I need to combat that. If any of you are seasoned professionals that know how to fight that, please send me a message and let me know, or you can make a comment below to tell me what I can do to improve that, because that is going to hold me back. In the meantime, I am, again, I want to practice it wrong to get it right, so I'm trying to think what I can do. I know what I can do. I'm going to turn off the accents. And I am going to count. I'm going to do another strategy called count to 4, or 4, 3, 2, 1. That's what I call it, 4, 3, 2, 1. So I'm going to play one run, pause, count to 4. Wait, 4 rest. Then I'm going to play the next run, count to 4. Next run, count to 4. And then the final run. I'm going to do that until I'm comfortable with it. Then I'm going to do 3. I'm going to play a riff, count to 3, play a riff, count to 3, and then 2, play a riff, count to 2, and so on. Giving myself, I'm going to train my hand to set up in between each run, because I think that's where the real problem is getting from one run to the next run. So let's turn it on. Again, I'm going to put it at 50 because I am struggling with this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Okay, so on the second run, I noticed that I tended to hit other strings just a little bit. That's something to make a note of. And if it happens regularly, I need to stop and work on that. I'm going to do it again the same way. Okay, that was better, except that for that word squeak in the end. 2 things to notice. First of all, I don't know if you noticed, I took a deep breath before playing each riff, because again, I notice I tend to tighten up, so I'm trying to make myself relax and give myself an extra shot of oxygen before I play the riff. Our bodies need oxygen, and so breathing, making sure you're breathing. I think especially for string players, it's very tempting to hold our breath sometimes because we're so focused on the notes. So taking time to breathe really does help, and so that's one of the things I did. I'm still having trouble on the third beat where I have to go from C on the A string to C on the G string. Basically, I have to jump a string to get there. So that's something to work on. Let's go ahead and bring it back to 60. No. Tell you what, let's go ahead and do count to 4, or 4, 3, 2, 1 on 60, and see if that helps. Okay, so I'm making progress, still a couple little sounds, but I'm able to set up and get there more. I did toy with the idea of doing a shift somehow to make that jumping from C to C easier. I did try that. I ended up having more trouble. I may try that again and spend more time actually practicing it. We'll see. Let's do 2. I'm going to skip 3 for this video and count to 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, so that run from C to C, that jump I've been having trouble with, actually got better. I think part of it was I didn't have as much time to think about it or to contemplate it. I had to act. I had to prepare sooner and act. So going to 2 is helping me out. I'm going to do that again. And okay, so I am making progress. I'm starting to get it back. I will continue to work on speeding it up because obviously I don't want to perform this at a concert at this tempo, and taking out the pauses where I can go one after the other, and I'm going to alternate between the 2 depending on the needs. But I love the 4-3-2-1 strategy because it does allow me to stop, breathe, and plan out how I'm going to tackle the next run or whatever. And then gradually, as you shorten those rests, your muscle memory kicks in and it becomes more instinctive. So I'm so glad I got the opportunity to show that strategy for you because that's one of my favorites. I hope you found this video helpful, and I'll see you on the other side.